A big battle is about to begin over voter fraud accusations in the election for sheriff. A trial starts in about an hour. It's surrounding a legal challenge.
Specifically presented by John Kinney against current Sheriff Gator DeLoach. On Channel 4's Ashley Harding's joining us now live this morning. Ashley, John Kinney's legal team has laid out what they say is voter fraud evidence.
Yes, they have, Jen and Bruce. In fact, they say evidence shows 42 ballots were illegally cast, which would far exceed the 16-vote margin of victory. This is the latest in what many would call a very turbulent race for Putnam County Sheriff. When Gator DeLoach was declared the winner of the Putnam County Sheriff's race, John Kinney vowed to challenge that in court, and today he's getting that chance. Last week, Kinney filed an amended complaint against the Putnam County Canvassing Board, saying votes were cast by convicted felons and several dead people. There's also the matter of 428 ballots that were initially missed and later included in the recount. Attorney Rod Sullivan isn't involved in the lawsuit, but believes Kinney could have a case.
To say that they did not report to the canvassing board that there were 428 votes missing and then find them later, in my opinion, it's an abuse of discretion to even consider those votes because they were never reported as being missing.
And as for the claims to have evidence of voter fraud, the document Kinney's attorney filed claims 32 ballots were cast by convicted felons who have not had their voting rights restored. 3 ballots were from people listed as deceased. 2 received after the deadline. 3 ballots came from people who don't live in Putnam County. 1 by a person who also voted in New Jersey, and 1 by a person who is mentally incompetent and has not had voting rights restored. Sullivan says even if this turned out to be true, proving if and how these ballots affected the outcome of the election would be difficult in a courtroom.
Even if you knock out all of these votes, how many of them voted for one candidate, how many of them voted for the other, and would it overturn the election? Very difficult to say.
And several things could happen at the end of all this. If the court finds Kinney's complaint is valid, the judge could throw out the 420 ballots, which would then give the race to Kinney. The judge could also void the election and ask Governor Scott to appoint an interim sheriff until next year's general election, or the judge could order a whole new election. Now, court begins in 1 hour. It will be heard before a Clay County judge, but that will still be in Putnam County. We are live this morning. Ashley Harding, Channel 4, the local station.